Today is the 1015th day that the Ukrainian state has been fighting for its existence and freedom against the Russian dictatorship. Russian troops continue to invade Ukrainian lands, not thinking about the consequences and their own fate, but only trying to enrich themselves from the war and realize the plans of the Kremlin dictator Putin to take over Ukraine. Russians who come to Ukrainian lands are ruthlessly destroyed by Ukrainian defenders. The merciless struggle continues. Russians are killed by the thousands every day, but they continue to invade other Ukrainian lands. Ukrainians know that they are fighting for their existence and their freedom. They are on their own land. It is Ukrainian land, and they are ready to defend it. Today, I will show you the real battles that have taken place on the front line over the past week. I'm Hustler. Let's get started. Ukrainian aerial reconnaissance spotted 3 Russian armored personnel carriers with infantry moving to assault Ukrainian positions. One armored vehicle hit a mine but was not seriously damaged. The Russian occupiers continued their movement, but soon hit a mine again. This time, the vehicles stopped and Ukrainian drone operators began to attack the Russian armored vehicles. Russian equipment that was blown up by mines is always finished off and destroyed by Ukrainian drones. Otherwise, Russian soldiers might remain inside it. Russian armored vehicles destroyed by drones mean saved lives for Ukrainian infantry. Only piles of hot metal remained of the Russian armored vehicles. The Russian offensive was repelled. Here is another column of the Russian assault group, consisting of 5 armored personnel carriers and 1 T-72 tank moving towards the Ukrainian military. Ukrainian artillery begins to launch a preemptive strike and destroys the Russian vehicles, preventing them from approaching Ukrainian positions. The Russian offensive column was broken up, and one of the surviving armored vehicles tried to retreat and escape, but it was also destroyed. Then, Ukrainian FPV kamikaze drone operators began to finish off and destroy the damaged Russian vehicles. The remnants of the infantry were destroyed by drone bombardment. Another abandoned Russian APC-82A armored combat vehicle with a 30mm cannon. A Ukrainian drone pilot inspects the vehicle and then finds the most vulnerable spot and delivers a targeted strike. First armored personnel carrier successfully destroyed. Another armored personnel carrier of the same type is abandoned in a field. The drone operator aims at the open hatch and successfully destroys the target. A combat vehicle burns to the ground. Kharkov direction, the Russian occupants came under heavy fire from the Ukrainian military. Ukrainian kamikaze drone operators began attacking the occupiers and their equipment. All that remains of the once powerful armored vehicle is a pile of hot metal. Kharkiv direction, the 42nd Separate Mechanized Brigade repelled the Russian offensive with kamikaze drones. A lot of Russian equipment was abandoned. Ukrainian soldiers began to destroy it. Russian equipment is often left without proper maintenance and often breaks down while performing a combat mission. Ukrainians take advantage of this and ruthlessly destroy Russian equipment. This is the Donetsk region, the village of Razdolna. A Ukrainian assault group is on a mission to liberate the sector from the Russian occupiers. Ukrainian assault group heading to coordinates provided by aerial reconnaissance. Artillery strikes were launched at the sector with Russian occupants. Reconnaissance detects 5 Russian occupants. A group of 3 Ukrainian infantrymen arrive at the mission site. Ukrainian artillery continues to cover the military, striking at buildings. At the same time, Ukrainian infantrymen begin their operation. It became known that the Russians' military is hiding in the basement. First, the Ukrainian military throws grenades at them. The Russian military tried to shoot back, but they failed. Ukrainian military continues to put pressure on the occupiers. 2 Russians decide to save their lives and surrender. The operation was successfully completed. Here, Russian occupants in Ukrainian captivity told how they were attacked by Ukrainian infantrymen.
Зачищают, услышали то, что наш подвал штурмовать собираются.
Все, нас оттуда начали выкуривать. Ну, пытались как бы сопротивляться. Ну, с подвала сидел, тут вверх стрелял.
Here, Ukrainian drone operators hunt Russian logistics and infantry. That's all for today. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with the latest developments. This video was prepared by Hustler. See you soon.